Listen up, cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
the Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution,
and morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
So sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine.
That's my fault, guys, because having more technical difficulties than John Kerry in the Overlord's dungeon. So I'm sorry.
That's all good.
But we have some guests in the studio, so I mean, at least if something's going to go wrong, it should happen in front of people.
True.
I mean, that's
Did something go wrong?
Yeah, but no.
Don't worry about it.
So anyway,
don't worry about it.
You want to?
So you were talking? No, you were talking about the Overlord. Something about English language problems.
Oh, yeah, I was over at his house, and, I don't think that he was saying some things right, and I said that, the English language is pretty hard to understand.
It is difficult, yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, like the word night has one silent K.
Knight.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out, yeah.
No. Knobby knees has two silent Ks.
Knobby knees, yeah.
Yeah. Democrat has three silent Ks.
Hard yellow card, Madman. See,
Hey.
These are the limits that you push that don't technically say anything wrong on the air. However,
Hey.
Well, in your defense, historically, that is the political party that started that certain organization.
Allegedly.
No. It's a fact.
Allegedly.
No, it's a fact.
Allegedly.
No, facts don't have feelings. Facts are facts.
No, that's alleged. It's all allegedly.
so are we going to start this thing or what?
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Cluckheads.
You know who we are. You know what we do.
Constitution,
Common sense.
current events,
And
morals.
It's me.
It's over there.
She's over there. And we got
try.
two guests in here tonight.
Yeah.
So y'all welcome. And because of the technical difficulties, we already opened the lower end of episode 72, but nobody's tasted it yet.
Well, it's not really. It's the lower end, but it's not a low end.
It's a low end. It's Smirnoff. It is a low end.
It's basic.
Don't spruce it up, dear taste.
It's basic.
It's Ugg boot
basic
vodka.
vanilla vodka.
Yeah. So it's a vanilla vodka. So we're doing the vanillas. So we had a good experience with that last time. It's $35.70. It's Smirnoff.
Yeah, I was so
made
impressed.
in New York.
I was so impressed last time as well. We're doing it again.
Yeah.
Just because I never would have thought vanilla vodka would have been something I would have actually enjoyed. And the Burnett's, which
Well, we're
was
not vodka.
cheap,
We're not vodka people.
was actually surprisingly good for low end.
People don't usually equate beard with vodka, so I can see
you
how
do
you
not,
would.
yeah.
Well, that and the name of the
People
show
say-
is Whiskey and Wine.
Not
So
comrade and vodka.
not vodka
But
and
if you
Vine.
remember when we talked about this on the vodkas, one thing that we do remember, or I remember at least, is that the best vodka we've had on this show, it never comes from Russia. It's always Swedish
but
or French.
with the because we were having some technical difficulties at the very beginning, we didn't know that the mics weren't recording the first time. We had already opened this one. 4 out of the 5 people around the table were correct and said it smelled awful. And then the Rooster said that he could smell the vanilla. So,
Well, I'm like that one dentist who says chewing gum is just actually bad for you, period.
All right. So mine's just basic Smirnoff. So let's go ahead and go to yours.
Yeah. So on the other one here, this one was actually gifted to me by my youngest. His handle on 91.1, the one out in Amarillo. He's actually been DJing out there on the radio station out there. He calls all the West Texas A&M games. He travels with the team now. He's up in the booth doing it. He's like the Joe Buck of West Texas A&M. But anyways, the Toonster decided to gift me this for Christmas to the Rooster, which is a Ciroc French vanilla. It is compared to that one, I think I paid $14 for the Smirnoff. This one, same size bottle, is a $40 bottle.
And shout out
vanilla.
to the Toonster.
Yeah, shout out to the Toonster. I'm very proud of him. That's why I shamelessly plugged all the stuff he's doing on that one.
I never would have noticed.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's
very
crazy, right?
It's very subtle.
So this is supposed to be top end. It's imported from France. So, we are from France. The big
the big the escargot.
Yeah, so let's see if we can figure out how to open this
Now,
thing.
while he's trying to open this, I want to make a point
Use
that
your pocket knife,
our
Rooster.
higher end is going to be poured into our acid etched USMC glasses that you can get exclusively at giftedchicken.com, home of all your beard, bath, and body needs.
You better get 'em before they're gone.
Veteran owned and operated right here in North Texas.
While supplies last.
While supplies last. All right. Ooh, fancy. It's got this nice little silver foil you have to get through first. So it's. Ooh, it could be a cork, actually. Oh, them stinking French.
Do you need somebody to actually help you open that?
Do you need a manly man, Rooster? Can I help
I
you?
need a. Is there a masculine person around here anywhere?
Of course not. It's French.
Ah, there we go. No.
Yeah, you're trying too hard.
just,
It's fresh.
Trying to pull off. There's a cork. I'm trying to pull off a twist off.
And we haven't even drank yet.
We haven't drank yet. So, we got to do the sniff test first, though.
Do the Uncle Biden sniff test.
Okay. So, on the last one, I was the one that said it smelled like Smirnoff smelled like vanilla. This really does smell like vanilla. The difference is the Smirnoff smells like a fake
smells really
vanilla
good.
syrup. This smells like
Vanilla
real
bean.
like vanilla bean. Dude, you're holding those bottles way too long.
He like gets
caressing the bottle.
into a staring contest with it. He's like, "Oh, I will smell you."
I just see the gears
Oh,
working
yeah, that
there.
smells like real vanilla.
You said it wasn't Biden sniff test.
That is true. It is true.
He's making it Biden.
Yeah,
efficient.
that smells good, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
So much purer since I like the yellow.
Yeah.
It's like the bath oils of the old days that was fun when I was in high school.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
Nice.
that definitely does not smell like something from Bed Bath and Beyond.
And not at all.
Well, no, it's Bed Bath and Vodka.
Yeah.
Bed, bath, and vodka.
All right.
Nice.
So here's I've got them all sitting over there. All right. All right. So we won't get them mixed up here. And that's just the testers for
That's
that.
just a tester with the pinky out, so we look fishy and bougie.
All right, Rishi
All right.
Bougie.
So let's grab this Smirnoff here in our non-acid. This one's your Smirnoff, yeah.
Yeah.
You get two. So let's get our cluckage.
There's no mistake.
Let's get our cluckage clinkage going on. Our cluckage. All right.
All right,
Let's
that's getting
take our
complicated.
first sip before we get into topic number one.
Yes, our first sip.
Is this the pinkies out? This isn't the pinkies out.
No, this is the Smirnoff. You don't have to put the pinkies out. That's the next one.
That's
100% vodka.
rough.
Yeah, that tastes like vodka.
That tastes like vodka that just happened to be sitting next to some French.
It's better than the Burnett's.
It's everything was well. All the other vodkas were better than the
It's
Burnett's.
better than the Burnett's.
You know how like I was joking around that
but
one.
it's not as good as the Absolute.
You know how I was joking around that one time and I said that truly, like that seltzer stuff, it was like it was seltzer that had a hint of a lime, like it just happened to be in the same grocery store aisle as it. That's what this reminds me of, is that it's like straight just Smirnoff vodka that happened to just be around the corner
It's got
from
the
some of
aftertaste
from some of like the
vodka.
McCormick's old school vanilla.
See, Madman gives a
syrup.
very complicated review of this. Here's what it is. If Sonic served vodka and you could add vanilla, this is what you'd get.
Yeah, I like that.
Just a splash.
Well, I may have given a complicated answer, but I did not interrupt you when you were talking, sir.
That is
so
true,
at
that's
least I
true.
have manners.
That is true. That is true.
I thought
All right, so
Smirnoff
let's-
was Russian American for frat party.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty. Did you get them switched up? Do you know which
No,
one?
I absolutely.
It's I think
okay.
Smirnoff actually stands for cheap seats at a concert.
Cheap seats at a concert and making sure that you think you can take the bouncer on that night.
What was it formerly called? Starplex.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Jameson. My bad. All right, so I got our timer going here. Who wants it? You want to start topic number one? Or you want me to?
Let me take this one.
All right,
So,
Get that timer started.
morals.
let me get the timer started.
We're gonna test your quickness on this one. So,
All right, cards at the ready.
yeah. So, before we get into the topic, I just want to say it was pretty cool. Kudos to the Carhartt Apparel Company. They heard there was a lot of pipe being laid at this particular police department, and they are now making all the uniforms.
Now I want to clarify. I want to clarify.
Yellow.
There's a
card.
difference. There's a difference between laying pipe and laying pipe.
Yellow card, Madman.
tomato.
I mean,
Yeah, y'all are pressing your luck for that red one tonight.
there was some pressing going on.
Yeah,
That's for
there's
sure.
a lot of pressing of the flesh on this
That's
one.
for sure.
So,
So
What was that
But-
Denzel Washington movie? Training Day?
Training Day. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Training Day.
Just-
Train day would be
Yeah,
something
yellow-
else that
yellow
happened at
card
this
on-
department.
Yellow card
You know,
on
it makes-
guest
it makes-
to the DJ.
It makes me wonder if, like, out there in Tennessee, if they still have the chain gangs. Like, just
Another yellow card on
So,
the Madman. Let's move.
And I
Let's
hope
start
I'm
with the
pronouncing
topic.
it correct. The Laverne Police Department in Tennessee. Obviously,
Lavergne.
everybody's already heard this. There was
Lavergne.
a female officer. We won't call her out by name. And then there were another 4 or 5 male officers.
6, 8.
5, 6. One of them was a canine. I feel bad for the dog.
Hey, maybe that's
Wow.
his style.
I'm just hoping
The
somebody
dog-
got a
Wow.
cold
The
nose to their
doggy.
butt on that one.
Uh,
But yeah, so the female officer apparently had relations with several of the male officers in this police department while on duty. Not just relations, but actually on duty in squad cars, public places, in the building, little things like that. So yeah, it's actually
Now-
kind of sad. I
now,
mean,
here's the thing though, is that if she said that they were in an open relationship, and he said that they weren't.
the husband.
Yeah, the husband did, and the husband's a park ranger. So I mean, I really feel bad for him and all.
Oh,
of
I do.
this.
He's the one that
And
my heart goes out for.
I
on
want
this
to
one.
make sure and just throw this out there from the very beginning. If that's their lifestyle, if they legitimately had an open relationship and that's what they believed in, that's what made them happy, that's what completed their relationship, that's great. I'm not slamming her for that. I'm slamming her because the fact that on
You're not,
the
you
job,
better not be slamming her, Madman.
no, that's
Everybody
why.
else is slamming her. Why not?
I just thought that was it not my turn? Was it?
Well, I mean, taking one for the team. So
I mean, I'm just
You
I'm
get
trying
tagged
to.
let's
in.
just go ahead and red card you there.
I'm just trying
Let's
to.
just go ahead and red
I'm trying to
card
help
you there,
everybody
Madman.
out here. So anyway, so I'm not trying to slam her again,
Again.
but the thing is that
what she said.
she was doing this at the police office. She was doing this
Yes.
like in
Sorry.
public, in hidden places. She
going
was
to hell
doing
with
it
all these jokes.
in squad cars. She was doing all of this on the taxpayer's dime. And I firmly believe that every single one of the male officers, even though that they aren't catching as much heat about this as she is, every single one of them should be fired as well. I mean, this is a disgrace.
Absolutely.
To
No,
the police
it
department.
really is. I mean, because
I
it's all
don't care
taxpayer
about
money.
the fact that she was out there, like slinging leg
Stop.
and what?
Let's just stop before you get started.
I didn't even get clucking started.
Before you even get clucking started.
You have to look at the good points of this, though. It really was a team building exercise.
It was a
And
team
morale
building.
was not the only thing that was up.
It was not.
Yellow card.
So, did she have to call her Lieutenant Daddy or instead of Sir?
I don't know. Did you ever say that she went up in rank? 'Cause I don't remember that.
Well,
She
actually,
went up in something.
the sad reality of this is I already am going to call it. This is going to end up in a lawsuit. We're making light of it.
Oh, that
this-
city is going to end up paying
This is
so
going to end
much
in a
out
lawsuit,
in
and I
law
really
fees,
hope
legal
that
fees.
this is what it is. What we're making the jokes and everything we've heard, and it doesn't turn into a situation where it's just superiors taking advantage of a hazing situation
Yeah, but
with
the
a female
thing is
officer.
that any lawyer worth their salt, whenever they get whenever they get their hooks in her,
that's going to be exactly what the
that they are going to press for the fact that were you a superior officer? Were they pressuring you? How did this end up happening?
Yeah.
And
was there a father figure at home? Was
Yeah.
there-
has this been uploaded onto any websites yet?
All right. So
But
say we're calling a timer early.
Yeah.
no, we got 20 more seconds.
Yeah.
Tons of time.
Smirnoff.
We got 20 more seconds.
So, will the city lay down more cash than she laid down?
I thought that was pipe.
Are they going to change the
She didn't
slogan
lay the
back
pipe, she
to the
received.
blue?
Look, every kid grew
Okay,
up
timer
playing,
just went off.
every kid
Timer
grew up
just went
playing
off.
cops and robbers. Some people played a different game.
And
Timer just went off.
so timer has gone off.
I'm pretty
I know
sure
we're over, but on a serious note, I really do hope it turns out to be just a shenanigans deal and they weren't actually pressuring her, because that would be sad.
Yeah, it would be. And
Yeah, those jokes are-
and also on a serious note, even though we made light of it, these are people that we hold to a higher standard.
Yeah.
These are the people that they're supposed to be the higher standard. And to be doing this on the taxpayer's dime, that's what just really clucked me off.
Tragic.
So, all right. So, what do we think about this Smirnoff Vanilla?
It's basic. It's better than Burnett's. Not as good as Absolute.
To say that it's better than Burnett's isn't really saying a whole lot.
Well, you know, I found a cheaper one than Burnett's, but I didn't bring it because we had company.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get ready for topic number 2. Trois. I didn't even say anything.
Yeah, I'm
Well, luckily it's a podcast and it's a radio thing, so we haven't started doing the video yet.
Would you like to start topic number 2?
Well,
Or you want to taste the second one first?
We always taste the second one
All right,
first.
cool.
This is episode 72, and we have never changed the format. Get your cluckage clinkage on out of our gifted chicken glasses here. Oh, that's good.
Wow,
That
that's
is-
a lot of vanilla.
That's good.
That's a lot of vanilla.
That's
Woo!
now don't get me wrong. That tastes like I just went out and bit off some vanilla bark, but that's good.
Yeah.
You know what? You know how we
vodka.
This would be one of those that somebody should mix in one of those adult ice creams.
This one will get you in trouble because it's so smooth. It doesn't feel like you're drinking an alcoholic beverage.
No, this yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those, like how in New Orleans you can get like the alcoholic, or the alcohol, like slushies and stuff like that. This is what that needs to go in.
Yeah. So the Toonster did a good job. He picked
Good job
wisely.
there, Toonster.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'll start topic number 2 here. Why not? Let me see. What is topic number 2? Oh, okay. And the timer has
Get the
started.
stink eye from Morals here.
I just got the stank eye.
Evolved getting.
I don't know if you've heard, but you know we're not in a recession anymore
Well,
because you can redefine it.
Well,
so it counts.
the factual term would be recession.
No, because we redefined
the
it.
presidential administration says they don't believe it's a recession.
No, and even though that you know everything that they're reporting about this is looking better,
Downward growth, 2 quarters of a row is recession. That's the definition.
3 now. So
Well, I know, but the definition
yeah.
was 2. We've
yeah,
crossed that.
But this week alone, we've had so many companies coming out saying that they're having to lay people off. And what's funny is that the majority of these companies, not all of them, but the majority of them, they barely have enough employees to keep the lights on in their buildings because they're running off skeleton crews. But because that the inflation's going so high, they can't keep up with the amount of pay that they have to pay people for living wages. And I mean, like this week alone, the tech industries have had to lay off hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah, but in Twitter, some of those guys had it coming.
Well, yeah, some of those did. But even like places like Netflix and Amazon, who doesn't get an Amazon package like once at least every like 7 to 10 days?
You know, they've really slowed down at my house, though.
So, well,
They just have.
probably a reason.
Yeah, I can't afford to keep shopping there.
But, you know, that being said, did you hear about McDonald's?
Yeah, so to me, the key to McDonald's on that one is everybody uses McDonald's as the template for the argument about every time we start talking about
$15 an hour
everybody needs
minimum
$15
wage.
an hour minimum wage, and we always use McDonald's as the example. McDonald's in California has been used the example of what it takes to invest in a franchise, what it takes to run it, what the average profit is, and so we already know that it would run out of business. So McDonald's has decided it has to start laying people off.
What?
Yeah.
No.
And so now they did announce, they're not announcing who or how many. They're just saying it's going to be from their corporate staff. Well, just so you know, their corporate staff is 200,000 employees.
Now, also keep in mind that their corporate staff is worldwide.
Yes.
Because, you know, there's McDonald's China, there's McDonald's
Correct.
Japan,
And most of the corporate
McDonald's
staff actually,
Europe.
I think I was reading, is outside the U.S. because obviously the footprint is global.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the corporate staff is where they're going to start. And don't get me wrong. Have you ever noticed you've been at McDonald's lately? You get the choice of, do I want to use the kiosk or do I want to actually talk to somebody at the register? And I can tell you the McDonald's that
hold
I
on.
frequent.
So they do have a kiosk?
I can tell you the McDonald's I go to.
Just they do have a kiosk.
Yes.
Does it actually say on the kiosk anywhere that the ice machine is broken?
No, I think it does flash up saying you can't get any ice cream.
Okay,
Ice
so
cream machine.
so it's still
Yeah,
McDonald's.
the ice cream
Okay,
doesn't work.
I-
One touchscreen button.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
How hard you push.
But I mean,
I just wanted to make sure that we were
so
still
the
talking about
McDonald's
the
that I
right
go
thing.
into on occasion, which is probably the one I use the most. They honestly don't even have anybody standing at the register anymore. They just let everybody just goes to the little kiosk, the little computer screen. I've gone to stop using the kiosk. I don't even go anymore. I just use the app. I can go to the app. I pull in the thing. I check in. They actually bring it out to me like a car hop with a little tray.
So
Maybe I'm behind in times a little bit because I haven't been to McDonald's.
I haven't been to McDonald's in years.
What is this?
So
You can order off a touch screen.
self checkout. Pick the picture of the food you want. Add it to cart.
Basically self pre-checkout.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was exactly what everybody has always said, that with when we demand these higher wages immediately, and we're not talking just because it's not just an increase in minimum wage, and I do agree we need an increase in minimum wage. I think it needs to be legislated that every 5 to 10 years we see a marginal increase to keep up with inflation. But what they're wanting to more than double the current
Or
minimum wage, which is going to cause everybody to just lose their jobs.
the government could actually be fiscally responsible and we could just curb inflation.
Well, then you would have to stop printing money.
But yeah. I mean, stop printing money that you don't have, which is, if
But when you run out of money, you need to print more money.
If they do it, it's called, they're just printing more money because they can.
If I do it,
but
it's
if
a
I do it, it's
felony.
counterfeit, and I
It's a
end up
felony.
going to jail. Yeah, but
Yeah, it's crazy how that works.
so I do. Hold on a second. Timer just went off. So I do have one question. This is a follow up to this topic. You are from Texas. Why are you going to McDonald's instead of Whataburger?
Well, there is a particular farmer's market that I work every Saturday, and in the parking lot is a McDonald's, and it's also where the restroom is.
So it's a convenience thing.
Yeah, it's just convenience.
So you're not choosing to go to McDonald's.
Well, I mean,
You
you
just
make
happen-
a choice when you go in there. I mean, I could go use the restroom behind the dumpster.
No. I'm saying that if you had to choose between McDonald's or Whataburger.
Oh, no, I would eat Whataburger.
Okay,
Yeah,
no, we're good.
absolutely.
We're good. I thought we were gonna have to have an intervention.
No.
So what do you think about this? This Citronella vanilla? I don't know what it's called. Citron.
Citronella.
Citron.
That's something else.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not a mosquito in here yet.
Vanilla vodka.
It's
brought to you
it's crocodile.
by Madman.
It starts with a C. What is it?
It's
Ciroc.
It's
Ciroc.
Ciroc.
I was close.
Ciroc.
I was all around it.
Not close.
Yeah.
Hey, Ciroc. Dirty American.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I'd like to buy the burger.
Burger.
So this once again just kind of proves. I mean, we don't have the Russian one here, but again, the top end ones that we've had on the show have always been Swedish or French vodka.
What was the very first one that we had? Was that the Svedka?
Yeah, we did the regular Svedka against Skull, and the Skull will take paint off your car. So that went to the dungeon.
I'm pretty sure that they use Skull to also burn warts off of mules and
The only thing worse than
stuff like
Skull was McCormick's.
McCormick's. I don't
McCormick's
know, though.
Scotch.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and then the only thing worse, or
So-
just above that, was the Kentucky Deluxe.
So for our guests, lower than well batch version alcohol
Yeah.
that we were using.
yeah. So.
Yeah, the Skull actually had
No.
an 800 number to call for help.
and then we actually ended up calling.
We
it
called
eight-
it. We couldn't get
We
anybody.
couldn't get anybody, and it kept we called 800 number. We were like, "Is this gonna take us to some type of weird zombie apocalypse type number, or something like that?" So we kept hitting the extensions to try to get somebody. And after I think we did it for 20 minutes, and then finally we were just like, "All right, we're not getting."
Still breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really just went from voicemail to voicemail. You could hear it just pick up and then be a forwarding to another voicemail. I was like, nobody in this company is taking responsibility for the garbage in this plastic bottle.
So for our guests, here's what
I
we do
mean,
next, because we're going to be on our
goodness
third
of
topic.
vodka.
So we got to do go backs. So since we ended on the Ciroc,
The rock.
Ciroc.
we
Ciroc.
start with the Ciroc, and then we're going to take a sip of the Smirnoff.
All right, ready?
Yeah, it says take this.
More sip.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
That sucks.
Oh my god. That is.
This is where the true taste test comes in.
This is where the true taste
You're
test
like,
is.
because here I am going, it's like, it's not bad. It's not the grass, but it's not bad. And then you go back.
You
and
go
you're
back.
like,
Oh.
That's where you're like, there's the vanilla. I like that. Oh, there's the alcohol I was missing on the first one.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's like drinking from the water hose versus the Ozarka bottle.
This isn't even that. This is like a water hose versus like the Brita pitcher or something.
Oh, yeah.
But it is time for our third topic, and you know what that means. It's time for
The Big FUs.
FU. It does not stand for follow up. No matter what she says.
Makes Moral feel better. It stands for follow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's right. She does. So.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we get called out on occasion.
But the past few times you haven't been here to
Yeah, Jizzo's really bad at being morals.
Jizzo's really bad at being morals.
Yeah, he eggs us on, makes us do things that we normally wouldn't do.
Like he actually he'll say something, he like serves something up on a plate, and we just like grab it and go, and then we look at him, and he's like making this face like, yeah.
It's like the time he wrote offensive stuff down, told me if I don't read it that he's gonna hit me.
Yeah. and then whenever you read it, he yellow carded you.
Yeah, he still yellow carded me. I was like, wow, that's kind of a jerk thing to do.
So, all right. So
yeah.
Time for our big follow-ups.
First up.
Hold on. I just want to be clear that if this gentleman would have moved to Canada whenever the former president was elected, this probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. To give you, since you guys don't know what this topic is, let me start it with a joke. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Alec Baldwin. Bang. Red card.
Dude.
Okay, so we
Not gonna lie.
got this
Not-
earlier. What
not-
are we gonna do with
not-
the guy that shot? What was it? Crow?
Oh,
Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Brandon Lee, right?
So just
Yeah, it
want
was
to let you
insensitive
know
joke.
that joke was kind of dead.
Is actually. So I actually I can't take credit for the joke. I actually just rehashed the old Amy Fisher joke. Joey Buttafuoco, Amy Fisher. That's the joke that I had back in the day. Yeah. So anyways, so Alec Baldwin's back in the news. But you're right. If he'd moved to Canada, none of this would have happened.
Just saying.
Trump was elected. Said he's moved to Canada. He didn't get it. I think he said he's moved to Canada. George W. Bush was elected. Didn't move. His fault. But no, so he's being now going to be charged with involuntary manslaughter in New Mexico. So he's looking at jail time.
Yeah.
He's a pretty man for that.
What's that Fjord Fry song by Rammstein? Fire Fry. Bang, bang.
Yeah, so I mean the sad thing is we're making light of this, but I mean, yeah, so he's gonna be charged.
Well, no. So the reason we're making light of it isn't because of what happened.
It's a satire show, so.
The reason we're making fun of it is because he just would go against anybody exercising their Second Amendment
absolutely.
right. And whenever this first came out, I said from the very beginning, whenever we were on that show, it happened that day, that the number one rule in gun safety is you treat every gun like it's loaded from the moment you pick it up.
Yeah, I mean he
Everybody,
not to make a joke, he had a hand in her death.
Yeah.
He pulled the trigger. He pointed it at her. His responsibility.
And if that was me or you, anybody, and I said this the first time, anybody that discharges a firearm, they're responsible for what that bullet hits, and if it goes past that target,
Correct.
What it hits behind it.
It doesn't matter where it goes.
It does not matter
Even
where
if you're
it goes.
a police officer and that round goes errant somewhere else.
All these years, he's been slamming every single person that is exercising their Second Amendment right.
Well, he's also been screaming on this one that none of this is his fault.
Oh, yeah.
There's no culpability in this whatsoever.
You didn't know that?
This is the I almost said unit armor like I'm back in the military. That this was the armorer's fault. It was whoever handed him's fault. It was the person who's standing in the wrong place's fault. Whatever the case may be, is
the sun was casting
you
the right
were
shadow.
handed
It was the sun's fault.
a firearm. You didn't clear the weapon. You pointed it at somebody and you pulled the trigger.
But you know what? While we're on the topic of firearms,
Sorry.
this is the 3rd year in a row that we have been told by the commander-in-chief that we need F-15s, not AR-15s, to take over the government.
Well, that is the best way to give your speech during MLK Day.
Exactly. I mean, because Martin Luther King,
talk about a
one of the
possible
great
civil war.
thing, one of the many great things that he said was, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So it makes sense that you
should have a hateful
hateful speech and say stuff like that anybody that's a Republican is is basically like physically impaired, fiscally impaired.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've covered it each time he's done it. And the first time we did it, we're like,
he even
wow.
said nukes the first time.
And then the second time he did it, we were like, what's really disturbing about saying it? It's that he said it twice, not just once. And so
But
now,
wait,
there's more. Now, he did tone down. I don't think he used the word nukes.
No, he just said
in this one. So he didn't threaten to nuke the
AR-15s,
U.S. population to keep his job. But
speaking of
he
keeping,
did say he'd use those F-15s.
Speaking of keeping his job, though, back in September in that 60 Minutes interview, he was really harsh with his words against the former president about his handling of classified information.
How could he do that?
How irresponsible that was.
How could anybody do that and be that irresponsible?
I mean, like, you can't, as a sitting president, you shouldn't be that irresponsible with classified information.
Everybody knows you should lock those documents up with your Corvette in your garage.
My garage is locked, right with my Corvette.
Yeah, that was the best thing is when they brought it up. He goes, but it was in my locked garage.
But now here's the thing. So now they found 4 batches of classified material. 2 is that the president can take classified material.
Yeah.
He wasn't president then. He was vice president. And the vice president cannot.
Yeah.
3, now that they're going back in and they're looking at some of the material that was in these classified documents, it had stuff about the Iran, the Ukraine, China, the Russia. And whenever they were looking at some of the visit logs and things like that, Hunter Biden was one of those.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Ukraine, the Russia, the China. Why would he not be involved in that?
I'm not even yellow carding that.
I just find it funny.
Surprised there weren't art galleries in there.
Surely no money laundering there.
No, not at all.
But I just find it funny that what's her name, Karine Jean-Pierre or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at her rankings, she's probably going to go down as one of the worst press secretaries of all time. But if you ask her a question, I mean,
she didn't even circle back.
No, now Psaki was.
Psaki at least circle back.
We'll circle back to that, and then we never.
Blow you off
It's the largest circle in the world.
Biggest crescent-shaped circle I've ever seen.
But whenever people are asking her these questions, all of a sudden now I'm not going to comment on that. There's an ongoing investigation with the Department of Justice, and we're going to leave it at that. Yeah. And finally, it was a reporter for one of the more moderate news groups.
Yeah,
it wasn't Ducey from Fox or anybody like that. They just this lady just goes, "I'm asking you for an answer for the person that you are representing," and she just said, "We're done. We're done. That's your opinion." She goes, "You didn't answer." And she goes, "That's your opinion." Just went right on. It's like
she reminds me, the Biden administration, the press secretary's job reminds me a lot like I can't think of his name, Kim Ali, or the Baghdad guy for Saddam Hussein. He used to say, "The Americans hold no land. They are nowhere. They are nowhere." You're just waiting for a Marine to tap him on the shoulder. "Hey man, you need to turn the camera off. We're here now."
We've actually just been sitting out there in the audience
because it doesn't seem like a press secretary. It seems like a propaganda. Situation at these White House meetings now. At least, like you said, Psaki would at least openly blow you off of you're not going to get an answer to that kind of thing. We'll circle back. It's never going to happen.
But I really like it whenever somebody gives Pierre something that she can't get out of. There's been several times where she would just look at them and it's like an awkward silence, and then she just walks away from the podium.
Well,
walking away from the podium. Guess it's time for one of our favorite segments.
Oh. Where in the world is Kamala Harris?
Well, Brad, Rooster Man, she is close to the border.
Well, she's in the Southwest. It's not really near the border.
Well,
which border?
She's in Arizona. Phoenix is not on the border. She's north of Phoenix.
It's closer than where she has been.
Yeah, she probably looks around and goes, "Well, this looks like a border."
Yeah.
It's the border of California, and Arizona.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So she's in Arizona.
She's speaking about the illegal immigration problem across the southern border.
No, she's promoting a solar farm.
That's what I said.
Providing power to California.
That's the same thing.
Because California is managing its resources so greatly.
Yeah. That being said,
Utopia of energy.
My heart goes out to a lot of those families that are suffering out there right now because they were in that drought for so long. And then all of a sudden this huge storm comes in. Like there's a lot of people out there that are hurt, and so I'm not making light of that by any means. But pretty sure that Kamala Harris is never going to go to the border again. And it makes sense that she doesn't because she's our border czar.
I'm going to predict she will go to the border again.
She's got to give out more books and cookies.
Well, no. So when we get closer to the 2024 election, whoever the front runner is of the GOP, they're going to make a visit to the border, and about a week before they get to that border, you will see the Democrats rush to the border to shake hands at El Paso and
they won't go to Mission. They won't go.
No, they're not going to go to Eagle Pass or any of those other places.
They're going to go to El Paso, where that is pretty much an open border with
and they'll do like they
anyway,
did. They'll spend a week cleaning
across.
up the homeless problem first and getting them all off the street.
But now, whenever
shooting stray dogs.
Whenever Sleepy Uncle Joe went to the border, though, because he's been to the border since our last show.
Mr. President.
That's what I said. Is that not what I said? I thought I said Mr. President.
Yeah, tomato.
Okay, so whenever Sleepy Uncle Joe went to the border, Mr. President, Uncle Sleepy Joe, if you noticed, he went to El Paso.
Yes.
He didn't go to any of the trouble places. And did you notice that there was nobody from any of the immigration camps that could be seen?
Well, they cleaned all those camps out.
Oh, and here's another funny thing. The current administration,
we don't know where they put them, but we know they cleaned
the current
them out.
Administration spoke avidly against the tent cities that the former president built,
and the cages,
and the cages which were actually built under the Obama administration. But all of a sudden now, because of the growing number, they're building soft-sided enclosures to house people.
So not tents.
Not tents, but soft-sided enclosures.
Would they be known as like GP mediums and GP smalls?
Timer just went off.
Duck canvas rolled walls. And
okay. All right, so here we go. So now we get to go from the Smirnoff over to the Ciroc. That's what I was about to say. That is so bad.
That is. Keep doing the first one.
Not now. That was the last time you have to do the first one. So now we're back over the Ciroc.
So refreshing.
That's why we end on the good one.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this is a bigger, in my opinion, winner than we saw with the Absolute in the Burnett's.
Definitely a bigger gap.
Do we even need to take a vote this time? Or do you have anything good to say about the other one?
Would say something.
Well, it's 2023, and I'm trying to be positive about everything I say. That's why I congratulate.
Well, at least you're not trying to be positive about some of your tests.
Mr. President, things like that. So it's for $14. Smirnoff is a good vanilla vodka.
You know what? I will say this with the Smirnoff. I think that if you mixed it with like a Coke Zero or a Dr. Pepper or something like that, that it would probably give it that vanilla, almost like how you said the Sonic thing. It would probably taste like you were having like a vanilla Coke or a vanilla Dr. Pepper from
if
Sonic.
you want to enjoy just a vanilla vodka and that's all you're going to drink the way it's intended, this is by far the best one we've had.
The Sriracha.
Not Sriracha. That's... I almost said something.
Ciroc. Well, I don't really think that it's much of a contest because the Smirnoff reminded me of some very bad college days where that I was the sober one and I was having to hold people's hair out of toilets. No, that wasn't you. It was one of those where I got a call. Hey, we've had too much to drink. Can you come pick us up? Sure. And then the next thing I know, I'm spending all of Sunday cleaning out my car because somebody was not able to roll the window down because they didn't know how to roll down the country style windows.
Somebody been walking.
They were Smirnoffing. No.
Yeah.
So
guest verdict, Ciroc.
There is no contest whatsoever.
this,
Smirnoff is why I quit drinking vodka years ago.
see, that's right there. So hey, we don't have yours, morals. Is American Honky Tonk Bar Association degree, and doesn't she also have it from like
Bar Association?
Doesn't she also have her like Liechtenstein and Greece and
Lichtenberg,
something like that?
Yeah.
Ethiopian.
Yeah.
In my expert opinion,
I'm Cajun on. Well, it is French, so
yeah, this is good.
This is Cajun country. All right, that was an easy one. That was almost too easy. So the Tennessee did a good
really
job.
should have had since we were having guests, you should have gotten one of those that like remember how there was it the tequila that the minute we took one sip like we almost spit it out.
Oh, that was that Aztec Gold.
Yeah,
Aztec Gold versus
we took one sip and like
Drunken Donkey.
See, he's
Painted
nice.
Donkey, not Drunken Donkey. That was after the show.
And the only reason he got that one was just so he could go donkey.
Well, sometimes you're looking at things and they're the same price, and you're like, all right, what's going to make a better commentary?
It did. It left me a little prickly on the insides. You're welcome, Rooster. It's been a minute since I've had.
Sure, man. I'm still drinking. Whatever. So it's
been fun. Episode 72. Thank you guys for hanging out.
So I've got more liquor for the upcoming shows. I know we're gonna take a break because
you got more liquor.
Yeah. Well, not for this.
I didn't know you were from Tennessee. Thanks for tuning in.
That's so bad.
Thanks for tuning in for episode 72 of Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman. And remember, in a world full of chickens, be a rooster. You're listening to Whiskey and Wine. Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. 100% all natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the inside.